Call this meeting to order. If everyone could please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. For the record, John Sabo, trustee, will not be here this evening. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections for the agenda?
Yes, I have under Administrator 5, columbarium.
Okay, any others? All right, seeing none, the agenda will stand. We have nothing under unfinished business or new business. They'll take us directly to the sheriff's report. Good evening, how are you?
Good, how are you?
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Perfect weather.
For the month of March, calls for service were up 13.8% compared to last year. Crashes were down 5.8%. Crashes with injury were down 20%. Alarms were down 20.1%. Traffic stops were down 52.4%. Citations were down 28.3%. We had 384 vacation security checks, and arrests were up 56.1%.
Wow. Busy.
I was assigned 12 cases, and we closed 7 cases this month. That's it.
That's fantastic, thank you. If anybody has any questions, please see him after. That'll take us directly over to the fiscal officer. Tom?
Thank you. Fiscal Officer number 1 is a resolution to authorize the payment of pending warrants in the amount of $377,578.29.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 2 is a resolution to authorize payment of regular payroll in an amount not to exceed $300,000.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 3 is a resolution to authorize the following medical claims.
So moved,
Second.
discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 4 is a resolution to authorize payment up to the amount of $16,560 to Charles E. Harris and Associates Incorporated for financial audits for the years 2023 and 2024 to be taken from Fund 1,110,311.
So moved,
Tom, just real quick on
Yeah.
this. January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2028.
Yeah, that should be 2024.
2024.
All right.
good catch.
As long as
Thank
it's
you.
amended for 2024 and not 2028.
Right.
Unless they want to lock in those next couple of
Yeah.
years.
We'll take it.
All right.
All right, so I moved it,
Second.
discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 5 is a resolution to authorize the following transfer of funds.
So moved,
Second.
discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 6 is a resolution to accept Otarma's insurance renewal rates with the opportunity to increase the coverage if you choose to.
Lisa, do you have recommendations?
We-
Or, sorry.
It's okay,
That's
we need to
mo-
move it.
I'll make a motion.
Second, discussion.
Yes, I would recommend the $13 million liability due to the skyrocketing costs of everything right now. I think that is right there in the middle as a safe bet.
I agree. All right. Roll call?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that concludes the Fiscal Officer report.
Thank you, Tom. That'll take us over to our administrator, Lisa.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a resolution for false alarms in excess of 3 responses pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 505.511.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Item number 2 is a resolution declaring the necessity of levying a renewal tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation and requesting the county auditor to certify the matters in connection for our police levy.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Just to clarify for the sake of folks in the public here, this is simply us going to the auditor to clarify what that 10 mils generates, and essentially, because it is a renewable, not a replacement, it would be intended, they'll generate the same dollar amount, essentially the effective millage.
Yeah, of 2021.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, even with the auditor reappraisals of the homes, that will not affect this increasing at all. And I just think that's important because it was such a large evaluation for everybody. It's a renewal, it's the exact same rate at, which it was in 2021.
Thank you. Roll call?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Item number 3 is a resolution to authorize the attached street closure for St. Michael Boulevard on May 23rd for their Students Fun Run.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Yes, all the affected departments, fire, road, the sheriff, myself, we've all taken a look at it and are absolutely okay with it. All the adjoining property is all owned by the school.
Roll call?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Item number 4 is a resolution to select Sedgwick for the township's BWC Workers' Compensation Managed Care Program for the attached.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Yeah, I am making this recommendation of Sedgwick. They are our third-party administrator right now. As the third-party administrator, we meet with them quarterly. They have excellent education. They are a very large group. As the MCO, we'll be able to get some very specific reporting as far as our BWC claims, even including, the days that they most likely occur on, the months, the types. And I do think they'll be able to secure better discounted rates at local hospitals because they're not a hospital and they have a very large network. Very proactive.
Oh, that sounds even better. Okay, roll call?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 5 is a resolution to purchase and pay for a columbarium from Lang Monument Company.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Yes, you'll see I got several quotes. We had a really good quote from a company at the Ohio Township Association. However, they're from Ontario. I wanted to find somebody local who would not only be able to deliver and install it, because the other company had us responsible for the install, which would take a crane and, but somebody local. This company's in Canton. They gave us the lowest best quote. They also are including 2 benches. They have a wonderful warranty, and I said they'll install. I attached the warranty. They will also give us a very discounted rate on when it comes time to engrave the columbariums. It's much needed. Our cemetery is very, very tiny, as you know. We don't have a lot of space left. We do a lot of cremations, and in a 48 niche, it's for indigent burials, we can place 4 in one niche. For anybody else interested, we can put 2 urns in a niche. The cost, if all of the niches were purchased, would, on the low side, bring in a little over $57,000. You just don't know, is it single, somebody buying a single? On the high, it's close to $90,000, so we'll certainly recoup the money.
Fantastic.
Good move.
Yeah.
Just like work too.
Thank you.
Okay, roll call?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that ends the administrator report.
Thank you, Lisa. There is nothing under the fire department. That's the first, I think,
Ever.
since I've been here. So that'll take us over to Drew with the road department.
Thank you. Road item number 1 is a resolution to advertise bids for Plain Township road materials.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Road item number 2 is a resolution to contract with Bechtel Excavating for a replacement of storm sewer culvert pipe at 8061 Sapphire Avenue Northeast.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Road item number 3 is a resolution to contract with Bechtel Excavating for replacement of storm water sewer culvert pipe at 1384 Elm Creek Circle Northwest.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Road item number 4 is a resolution to authorize purchase and payment to Marble Supply for culvert pipe for the Sapphire Avenue project.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Road item number 5 is a resolution to authorize purchase and payment to Sunbelt Reynolds Incorporated for steel road plates and lifting tool.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Road item number 6 is a resolution to enter into an agreement with Michael McAmer of 1390 Elm Creek Street Northwest and Mary Birch of 1384 Elm Creek Street Northwest for the installation of driveway culvert.
So moved,
Second.
discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Road item number 7 is a resolution to enter into an agreement with McKinley Development Company LTD for use of property located on Hume Street, parcel number 10002389 for concrete storage.
So moved,
Second.
discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes road department.
Thank you, Drew, appreciate that. That'll take us over to Tom with the zoning department.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 1 is a resolution to declare items A and B as nuisance abatements.
So moved.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
That's all for zoning.
Thank you, Tom. That takes us now over to the Parks Department.
Thanks. Item number 1 is a resolution to enter into contract with OTW Music for speakers and equipment for the Legacy Park Amphitheater to be reimbursed by the state capital budget grant.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, this is fantastic. This is coming from a grant that we received, so
It was 250
Yeah.
total, right?
Yeah,
So this is about a
this is
quarter of
just
it.
part of it that we're
Yeah.
going to, yeah. Okay, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 2 is a resolution to authorize Rob Steinberg, that would be me, to be reappointed to the NRAC committee in District 19.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
You sure they really want you back?
Yeah, I'm really.
I was surprised when I got the call, just like you were.
They do. I was there today. They want you back.
Yeah. In other words, Drew doesn't want to do it.
He's pushing that. All right, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
That concludes Parks.
Thank you, Rob. We have nothing under the law director, and I'll take us back over to Lisa with communications.
Yes, we have a thank you from Mary Birch specifically to Drew, and it says, so many times you never get the thanks as a person who works with people, you only hear the bad. Thank you for coming to my house, and the important part was, it was a pleasant trip to your office, you were very nice to talk to me about my problem, oh, and you still had nice hair. Very good. And that's
That's
why I
important.
put this on the agenda,
Yeah.
because it's very important.
We need to frame this one.
I'm
The nice
I'm
hair.
going to,
With a
yeah.
picture of his hair.
I know I am.
And that's why it's on the agenda this evening.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that.
And that's the end of communication.
Thank you, Lisa. This, we've reached the portion of the meeting where we welcome any audience member who wishes to address the board. You may refer to our public speaks format that is located on the back desk. You can approach the podium or stay seated, whichever you prefer. Please provide your name and address to the fiscal officer for including in the minutes. Please note that in accordance with Plain Township's regulations, each speaker is allotted 3 minutes to ensure all viewpoints are heard effectively, fostering fairness and accommodating diverse perspectives within the allotted time frame. Keep in mind that this is not a question and answer format, but an opportunity to speak. The board respects the rights of citizens to present differing opinions, views, and criticisms. Both the board and citizens are expected to respect the comments of others while maintaining the highest levels of decorum. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak? Yes, ma'am. Would you like to speak where you're at, or
Yeah,
come
that's
up?
fine.
Okay, just state your name and address for our fiscal officer.
Mary Jo Robbins, 6831 Big Spring Avenue.
Thank you.
And we live in, whether it's Hunter's Ridge or Hunter's Hollow, I don't know. When we moved in, it was Hunter's Ridge, and now it's Hunter's Hollow, so I don't know. I have a concern about Big Spring Avenue. It starts on Firestone, and it's a dead end all the way to the end of Firestone, and it turns off going up, I don't know whether it's Hidden Brook or whatever. There are no stop signs anywhere on this whole street. And I did call and ask someone to come bring the speed trap thing,
Okay.
which I've never heard the report on that. I did try and call and I didn't get any information on it. But the cars,
How long ago was that, and when?
oh, it's been months. It's been months. I think whoever I called, they said, I don't know, didn't sound like I could access it. And the people probably weren't going fast, because when they see their speed limit, they go too fast. I've lived there since 1988, with my children growing up, I'm there with my grandchildren, there's a lot of children. They come down the thing, and there is no need for them to stop ever. They go, and then they can go and turn up. I'm just concerned, and I don't know what you can do about it. I did happen to be down on Monument Road, and they had something called a speed table down there. And I've never seen those before. And they have it on Monument from 12th to Woody's. And I'm just concerned. I don't know, 25 miles an hour maybe is too fast for a housing development, or some way to maintain the speed, but with no stop signs, nothing, the people, and it's people that live there too. I'm not just saying it's,
And
you know,
typically
It
it's,
is,
yeah,
usually.
it's people that live there too. So I'm concerned, I've done what I can do, and they said, come and tell you guys, so I'm telling you guys.
Couple things. I'm gonna start at the top. Speed trailer, those should always be accessible. The only reason they wouldn't be, and I know we've had this on occasion, it's technology, there's technology glitches, but these reports will actually, they do traffic counts, they do speed counts, they do times, and actually those reports, we kick over to our partners at the sheriff's office, so they can better use for targeting patrols. The challenge with targeting patrols, the speeding times are pretty much about the same time every day in every neighborhood, because folks are either leaving for work, leaving for school, or coming home. And
Maybe I just didn't know how to access it. I'd
No,
be really
it's-
interested in knowing what the
No,
results were.
realistically, you should, not knowing the exact date or when, I mean.
There was no
we do-
snow on the ground, and I did learn if you asked for it, they put it in your front yard. So it had to be,
Even if we had just.
it had to be like in the
timeframe.
fall. It had to be early in the
and maybe
fall.
we put it out again,
Yeah, we can put it on.
let's put it out again and get data, and then,
Here's what I would ask you to do, maybe after the meeting, if you can give us just a couple minutes.
Sure.
State where we can have your email address, because
Yeah.
those reports can be
Okay. I
emailed.
like
It's
that.
public information at the end of the day. Specific to the speeding, sadly, most folks live within a half to less than a mile, so typically it's neighbor kids are the worst violators. Specific to stop signs, we can't go and just put stop signs up in intersections. There's
Is that
actually.
unusual though, to have that long of a stretch of nothing, in a residential area?
I mean, it's common, because there are stop signs, you know, coming off of Aspen and coming off of Hidden Brook
Yeah,
on Big Spring.
but
there
not
isn't-
on-
No, there's not any stop signs that go.
that would
through.
have to be a four-way stop. Obviously, they're gonna have
Right.
to stop. Yeah,
We
and
can do
down
the
there,
speed
is
study.
there not even a stop sign? What is that next one? Is it Hidden Brook?
It's Hidden
I probably
Brook.
lived there
Yes.
for,
Hidden Brook.
and there's not one there that they, stop
Right.
before they turn.
Yeah, there's nothing on Big
There's
Spring at all.
nothing, there's nothing.
So we could put the speed trailers out and then get with the Stark County engineers and
Yeah.
see what they think.
And we always speak to the engineer's
Okay,
office.
I would like
And we do.
a speed tape.
Well, I can tell you. I can-
We
I
can
can tell-
get
I
that
can
out
tell
for you
we've
next
looked-
week.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can
okay.
tell you, we've looked at speed tables, we've discussed them as a board in the past. They're likely not going to happen. One, they're destructive to the roads in a maintenance. They're costly, and as soon as we start putting them in one area, then you gotta keep doing them.
I know.
So the net cost, I know this isn't an appeasing answer, we've researched and deliberated multiple times, even I mean, law directors, administrator for a number of years. I mean, Drew, for as long as you've been here, not necessarily all of those conversations, but certainly specific to speed limit of 25 miles per hour in the residential areas, it's not gonna get any lower than that based upon the Ohio Revised Code that the state, that's really the lowest. So, you know, if you were to say, well, why in the city can they maybe do 20 somewhere? Cities, depending upon whether statutory or charter, is a different form of government, and with that, the state has given them other certain powers, whereas, you know, as a township, we have to follow the Ohio Revised Code, uniform traffic control devices, and speeds. I mean, they take everything from.
What about
line-
stop signs? That,
Those don't, again, those can't just go up.
I don't just want one, it's been like 35 years I wanted.
Aw.
Well,
Well, Drew's gonna do the
we'll
speed
get the
study,
speed
send it to the
turnaround and do a
engineer
study
to
and see
evaluate.
what happens. We'll see
Okay,
if
well,
we
can
can.
we, and will you check the one that was there? Cause I'm sure they all
Yeah,
went 25
I'll
miles.
check, and if we missed something, I apologize.
Except for the kid on the go-kart who wanted to see how fast he
Right,
could
yeah.
go.
That is,
That's true.
Well, we have our sheriffs here and, you know, if you could do extra patrols there too, and that would be great.
Absolutely. If you have a specific concern at a specific time, you can call our office.
No, it's just they all go. They just come down, there's nothing for them to stop. They start and there's a curve there,
And I just happen to be on the other side of the curve, and they just keep going, and they don't ever have to stop. And it's, like I said,
Frustrating.
it's 35 years, now it's my grandkids that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of younger kids, families moving in, there's a lot of younger kids again, we went through a period, so. I just,
Well,
it's
thank
coming
you
and
for-
saying it, and
well, thank you for coming
Yeah, that's
coming
right.
out, because.
And don't leave without giving Drew.
I
your
will,
email.
I will.
Appreciate that. Anybody else wishes to address the board? Yes, ma'am. If you could please state your name and address for the minutes.
Dee Casserman,
Okay.
2766 McDowell Street, right behind here. And we've got a lot of neighbors talking about this zoning, and I know we got a zoning meeting we're coming to. We just wanna let you know that we are not for that.
Dee, I'm gonna interrupt you real quick
Yes.
because
Let me handle
I
it.
was gonna
We
say,
can, the board can't comment. on
I
it because
understand that.
We're the final deciding
Right.
authorities, so you guys will have the opportunity at the zoning hearing to speak in favor or against.
Right.
That recommendation will be
Well, the
brought
board told us, assured us it was gonna stay green back there. And it doesn't sound like it's gonna.
Who?
You guys, the board.
When? Because I can sit here and tell you, I've been here 16 years and never have I guaranteed anywhere
Oh,
in the
yeah,
town- in
oh,
the
yeah,
township.
oh, yeah. They said it's gonna stay green as far as they know, you know,
are you talking about the area being rezoned or at the one time when
Yes.
we had a highway superintendent asking about purchasing some property? That property, I know,
No.
personal property was gonna be green, but I don't.
No, it was, they promised it, we come over because we were concerned with the amphitheater. All the traffic coming down, and them making those properties, parking. So they said, no, it's gonna stay green.
Right, those were the properties that the township was interested in purchasing from residents. We don't own those properties.
You
If
own
we-
4 pieces of property over there.
Those were not the properties we were talking about. We were talking about, and I recall that, we were talking about the properties, if we purchased them from those homeowners, those would stay green.
Green,
That's not the way we all took it, the whole neighborhood was here.
no. Oh, so wait, no. So the house is how it was kept green in that it was not going to be asphalted or anything.
Right,
But it absolutely was going to be potentially used for
Parking.
parking. So
But we
I-
found
I
a
can-
different path.
I will go
That's
back
what
on,
that refers to.
absolutely
Thank you.
on the record and
Thank you.
guarantee.
thank you, I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
because we even talked about potentially mounding, whether or not we looked at trees there, just to even create a further buffer at the time,
But we
Yeah,
But
don't
it's
none of it
still very
materialized.
loud, the township is still very loud over there, but we've kind of gotten used to the beep, 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 crunch, crunch, pow, you know, because that's what happens every day. So there's still a noise, and we hear the music, we don't have a problem with that. We all sit around on our porches and listen to the music.
because they're good
So-
bands.
Oh, yeah, But, we're kind of concerned that they're going to move the township out and make those two side pieces, the one with the oil well and the other side, is what they're gonna try to zone commercial. R2, or B2.
And unfortunately, you can't give any comment.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but we just wanted to voice our
Yeah.
concerns, and I said, I'll come up today, we don't need everybody here. I'll just go up and tell them, we're concerned. So we will be at the meeting. I think you're gonna have a lot of people, is it gonna be in here?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I think there's gonna be the whole neighborhood, and we're getting a petition, so they are. I say we because it's my street.
All the properties that touch that property
Yes.
will receive a letter, certified letter.
We did,
Explaining the date and time and
Yes.
place.
we did, and that's what really, you know how people talk.
Yeah.
It's like,
Now, unfortunately for overcapacity, because it's already been noted, we might have to have chief here, and we may have to do some people outside then come in to talk. I mean, we can't go over capacity in this room.
so, well, like I said, I'm trying to get a petition. I'm asking one of the guys' wife to make a petition and go around and get the signatures so that everybody doesn't have to come. I'm trying,
That's right.
but I have an issue with it too, because there is 14 children back here, and my grandchild. And I'm gonna protect her at all costs, so. Okay, that was it, that, we just wanna let you know, after that meeting, we will probably all be in your meeting again,
Okay.
okay?
Just know that after their meeting, it doesn't mean right at our next meeting, there's
Okay.
actually another window,
Okay.
so
Okay,
You know.
that's fine.
I'm only telling you, you're more than welcome to come to any meeting you
I
ever
know,
want.
I know.
But if
I know
it's-
you guys
if you're
saw
just
me,
coming,
I
if you're
said,
just
"Uh-oh,
coming for
what's going on now?"
that topic, that's, you
Yeah.
wanna watch.
And it'll be on the, I mean, we put our agendas
Yeah.
online, so you can always look and see
Yeah.
if it's gonna be
Yeah.
Or
up
call,
for
you
discussion.
can call the next day to the,
Okay.
or to Tom's office and see when the hearing's gonna be.
Okay,
And we'll announce the hearing date after that meeting. At the end of that
perfect.
meeting, the zoning commission,
okay,
I'll let you know what the hearing date will be.
okay, all right, that's great. Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else that wishes to address the board? Please state your name and address for the,
My name is
Fiscal officer.
Fahid Aboud, and I live at 6214 Firestone Avenue. And I wanted to just let you be aware that the noise ordinance that under home rule, I actually had to have the sheriff out because we had a neighbor that had a daughter that wanted to run right around the property with her four-wheeler. So I had to put a stop to it. I knew that if I confronted the neighbor, that there would be a problem, a physical problem, because he had said he wanted to be, he's in charge of his own property. I heard this too many times. So called the sheriff out, and Officer Stanton came by, and he did a great job explaining to him the home rule, which is there are no excessive noises to be made more than 50 yards away from anybody's property in Plain Township. And that goes for Canton as well. And I just wanted to let you all know that please communicate to people who have dirt bikes, who have four-wheelers, that there are places for them to ride their vehicles, not on our streets, not around their houses. If there's houses that are right next to other people's houses and they're not 50 feet away, they're not supposed to be doing that. So I just wanted to come here and let you know how pleased I was that the officer came out and explained to the neighbor. But, of course, I had a retaliatory. Somebody in front of in front of my house laid a pinstripe with their vehicle. But I knew something like that would happen. I don't know if it was my neighbor or somebody else, but I just wanted you to be aware that when people need quiet, like my wife works midnights, I need quiet. I don't have time to discuss with my neighbors and tell them, please quiet down over a time period. I have to call someone to explain to them that it can't happen at all. I know it's not easy, and you're supposed to be able to talk to your neighbors, but sometimes you just can't do it. And I just wanted you to be aware that when these things happen, please put them in your bulletins, saying where people can safely ride their four-wheelers, their dirt bikes and all that stuff. So please communicate better with our community to let people know where and how they can operate their vehicles safely without, disturbing other people, because other people want peace and quiet. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know what had happened and transpired, so if we have this happen all the time with dirt bikes going up and down the road, that people are communicated to in a way that defends people who want quiet in their neighborhood. And that's all I had to say.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else wishes to address the board? Okay, that'll take us over to the approval of the minutes. I'll make the motion to approve the minutes for April 8th.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes. And that, I will make the motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:30.
So moved, or second.
Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.